How are you guys? It's time again for another video, and today, as promised, I will make. By the way, I just came from walking again. Uh, Almost 3 hours walking, and yes, that's a result of the last time's walking and today's walking. See the color, and I forgot to use my sunblock, but that's fine. Anyway, going back, as I promised, I will make a video on the latest situations that I have experienced. That this manipulative, I don't know if it was really that intentional, if it was unintentional, or they just don't like me, or for whatever reasons. But my experience is that. Always be careful with your transactions, okay? Anywhere you go. Because last time I had a transaction with the bank. Uh, I made a loan. I really don't need the money, but I want to establish a relationship with the bank. So someday, if I can, so someday, if I will borrow or make a bigger loan, they would allow me because I, I want the bank to know that I am a good payer. So I borrowed a small amount of money, and yes, of course, they approved it and gave it to me. But they approved it, but they gave the money to me. It was credited on my account early, but they didn't give me the notice. So uh, I had the money at like 2 weeks. 2 weeks after it was credited on my account, and they didn't give me the notice. So the time was running, and paying the loan is, is already near, and I made a loan. For example, I made a loan, and then it was approved, and it was credited to my account. For example, August 6th. Okay, it was credited in my account on August 6th. I signed the papers. I signed some approval papers on August 4. Okay, so and the bank clerk said, I would get my loan. She would notify me when the loan is already on my account. Okay, when the cash is already on my account. So there, so I was waiting for that, and they didn't. She didn't give me the notice. So, but then it was already credited on my account. The cash was already on my account on August 6th, but I didn't have the notification. So in my mind, I should be using the cash as soon as I get it, because the time, because of the what do you call that, interest rate, because of the interest payments. Okay, so I should use it as fast as I can. Okay, even if I don't need it. So there. And then unfortunately the bank closed for 2 weeks because of COVID-19. So there, I got the money after more than 2 weeks, and they didn't give me the notification, and they didn't give me the consideration. So the the cash was credited on my account August 6th, and I should be paying my first interest payment on September 6th, my first installment on September 6th. So they didn't give me the notifications, and I will be paying soon. So I got the money almost a month. It's very near the date of payment, so I haven't used the money because of the clerk's inefficiency, maybe, and the bank's inconsideration. They are very inconsiderate. They know that they close, and yet because of the reason is because of their system, they cannot change their system. The system of what? Program, computer program. Why? And that's it. Computers doesn't have common sense, but people have common sense. So they should be using their common sense, so they could tell the main branch that yes, you should give considerations to these people because we closed for 2 weeks and we haven't given them notice. Even if we are millions and millions, they're on the system. They have the system. They know when the date is, but and so they know how to give considerations, okay, but they didn't. So I don't know, but for whatever the reasons are, it's up to them. So um, so there. But anyway, I paid my first monthly installment. It's cheap anyway. And then another situation on the same bank, I made a deposit for shares of stock. I bought shares of stock for an IPO in a new company, and then I I gave the bank clerk, the alphabets and alphanumeric. Um, you see, these people again are making a video and they are doing something again. They're making scenes and they're putting something on my mind again. Okay, so I can't focus. So these people are really devious. They don't want me to talk. Okay, so there. So every time I make a video, I notice that suddenly uh, people will make a scene and there will be noises and everything. Okay, because they know it's open. My shop is open. You know the front door is there and everything. Okay, by the way, and then let's talk about that. Another situation was that, right? So I made a deposit in order to make an investment on an IPO. And then I gave the bank clerk the alphanumeric reference code. So it would go through, okay, it would be deposited to the company, okay, that I am buying shares. But unfortunately, the clerk didn't didn't put the alphabets. It's only the numbers, okay, but it went through. It was deposited. The system accepted it. So I thought it was okay. I checked it before I went out the bank. The reference number was only the letters, but I thought, oh, maybe the system accepted it and it's okay without the letters, okay. So there. And then unfortunately, and after a few days, the company that I bought shares rejected the deposit because the the reference code wasn't put. All of the code wasn't put, okay, by the bank clerk. So lesson learned: just be concerned for yourself, okay. Always always clarify to every person you talk to, not just on banks but in many transactions, because excuse me. I have just eaten my lunch. As you can see, I'm not sweating that much because nobody. It's true. I've read some books and they said that nobody will be concerned to you. Okay, and it's true. Nobody will be concerned to you except yourself. Okay, so uh, with my experiences, that's why I'm always follow up. For example, in the loan that I made, if you make a loan, always follow up. You ask the dates, ask for if you need receipts. If you have to make payments, you keep your receipts. Those are basic. And then you ask the rules and regulations because not everything is written on their contract, and you read your contract before signing. Okay? And then, uh, always remember, just be concerned for yourself so you won't forget to follow up everything because the clerk will not be concerned to you, especially if she doesn't care if she would put all the reference number or not. She doesn't care if you will not earn, your money will not earn. She doesn't care if you will be devastated because of that. They won't care. People won't care. What if, for example, that deposit should be given to a bank for a payment of a heart transplant or a life in death situation, and that clerk, because maybe they don't like you because of who you are, or maybe they just don't care, okay, they just don't care, okay. So What if that's a life in that situation and they just don't care? You see, people, they won't really care because people are just like that. I don't know. It's unexplainable. Okay. So now what I did when I went to the bank, I asked the clerk again, very clearly again, when should I pay and everything. Okay. So always keep on asking. Always don't assume. Okay. Keep on asking and don't assume. Okay. And don't believe their sweet faces and sweet talks. Okay. Because more often than not, I guess the more transparent the person like me, even if I'm always raising my eyebrows and just, I guess, goodness is not reflected on how sweet the faces are, on how sweet they talk, or how courteous they seem to appear. Like, yes po, good morning, ma'am. How are you? Take care. More often, they don't really care. Okay? Yes, madam. Because here, madam is equated to like you are above somewhere. Mm, above, your status is more than the others, maybe. But I don't care. Okay, so that's just my point. Just be concerned for yourself, especially if you're not that educated, you don't know how to read that, understand English that much, okay, or understand language that much. You ask, okay, and not just ask one person, two or three, okay. Do not just trust, and that is also special true to businesses, okay. Don't trust your employees, because I've been through many businesses, and up to here the former employees of my dad are not even trusted, okay. And I've seen it on the records, and even their own children wouldn't even care about your business, okay. Even your own children wouldn't even care about your business, okay. So, or you, if you are an employee, your boss won't care about you. Though I know some bosses who cares about their employees, but just these employees just don't care about it. All they want is just to get more money. Okay. So there. What else? So there. And about that again, as I continue about walking again. Earlier, I was pissed off again. These people are really, and yes, well, this is connected again to human behavior. Okay, I was they were so successful again. These people with, the bisexual people, the bisexual girl with in connivance with bisexual men who loves biking, or who's, I don't know, there are many of them selling things, and their group of religious people again, they really are, they were so successful again. Every time I go out, they can really piss me off, because they do it like constantly, every minute, they will really change your mind. Okay, they will turn you into who you are not. Okay, so they were so successful in provoking me, and I was pissed off with this bisexual girl. Her earrings, she has multiple earrings here. She was selling on the market, but maybe the guy in pink thought I would look at him, but no. Anyway, they provoked me, and I talked, and it's okay, even if I appeared like the bad person, because I was the one who raised a voice. But they won't fool everybody, because at least I talked, and some would realize what they did and what they were doing, and at least I talked there. Okay, so at least I said what I said, and some would, and if even if one person would realize what I said, that would be fine for me. So I guess it's time for you to talk, because these people won't really stop until they will prove themselves right, until you will be like them. You see, so really, it's really true. Even if you have the most idea, for example, in politics, even if you have the most ideal mentality of all, okay, when you enter politics, this is an example in connection to what they did to me again, okay, even if you have the most ideal mentality, when you enter the politics, you will be corrupted. And when you get out of politics, you have become a corrupt person, you have become an evil and vile person because of your colleagues, okay? And because of the system and because of what they did. You cannot survive if you will not be like them, okay? But me, they cannot make me like that. Okay, so lesson learned, just be yourself and you will be happier. Yes, sir. Or was I? I was interrupted because there was a client who came and asking about tires. So they were good at provoking me. I was provoked, but at least I talk, and that's the essential thing for me now. At least you will talk, okay? Because these people will never really stop. And I guess they will do it until I'm 99 years old, 105, 110. As long as they will prove themselves right and as long as they will conquer, okay? So they seem so nice, they seem so innocent, but they're devious, they're malicious, and they're sick. Okay? And whatever. You will see us, we are flirty, we are, sometimes feisty, and we don't pretend to be who we are not. Okay, now, so put that in mind, okay? In business and in your transactions, just be concerned about yourself, okay? And it's reality. And I know someone who didn't even care about the business of the father, and almost half a million pesos was gone, okay, when it was audited. So there, trust yourselves and trust what you believe in. And it's important really to talk against people, especially if they kept on saying sorry and they don't really mean it. It's better to talk, okay, and talk to people about them. At least people will know. So if ever they will harm you physically, if ever something bad happens to you or maybe disappear or the worst will kill you, at least people will know who to blame or they will look to, okay? Because you talked. And that's a reality. It's a very, very dangerous world ever since the world began. So, there. Oh my God. The color. I love seeing this one. Don't you like that color? Huh? Okay. See you soon. Okay, just put that into your minds.